Hey guys, welcome to another Pro Teacher Dupe. They have with me Pikachu.
For the last time in my old place.
Yep, and we are going over the ending of the Death and Return of Superman trilogy. Kind of funny, I did all the Doomsday stuff with Jared before doing all this. But yeah, we're going over the big one, the one that they pretty much had to split into two trades eventually.
Yeah.
Even though I still have the big trade. And much like the trade, we're opening up with the ending part, the bonus story from the end of Adventures of Superman 500.
Yeah.
As we get the stuff with John Henry Irons. Although, like I say, the Toastmaster, having it be a giant bullet, yet somehow causing that, I can see why they changed it as being a big laser. Because that looks wonky, doesn't it? Knowing how the Toastmasters are. You know what I mean? But especially you see what that does. It's like, how does a bullet do that?
Giant bullet or...
Yep, but yeah, here we're introduced to the White Rabbit.
Or maybe it also depends on the gun.
True. But yeah, we're introduced to the White Rabbit. Yeah, another, before we had the other White Rabbit, we had this White Rabbit.
Yeah, and who knows how many people even remember this one anymore.
She only appeared one, after her stuff in here, she only appeared one other time during the Steel series, but even that never got resolved. She got away then too. But yeah, it leads to him coming out of the rubble saying, Doomsday. Gotta stop Doomsday. Now, funny thing is, the Return of Superman 30th anniversary special shows him doing other stuff, but it's then at the same time in the same issue is made clear after he got out of the rubble, he just collapsed. I personally looked at that story in the 30th anniversary as just his hallucinating.
Yeah, it's probably could be. This also, John Henry is out of all the four.
He's the best one to come out of all this.
Yeah, and even he is supposed to be a human being.
Then we have the Eradicator, or the last son of Krypton, as he was known as. Because no one knew it as well. This one, he's the one where you really thought he was Superman going through the Nightfall. One thing I liked about it is each creative team came up with their own story of how to bring back Superman. Louise and John Bogdanove came up with what if his soul went into a human. Roger Stern came up with what if he embraced more of his Kryptonian heritage and became more of an anti-hero. Dan Jurgens went with the Cyborg, and new writer Carl Kessel with the continuing artist Tom Grummett decided what if he was a clone boy.
Yeah, and they all end up becoming.
Like, why would you all of them?
Yeah,
they couldn't pick one, so they said, let's do them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that he killed a guy, even says he busts people, he don't toast them. How little you know. I have passed through the fire and darkness and been changed. I have risen from the dead to continue the never-ending battle. I shall use the power that is mine as Krypton's son to bring justice to this earth. And all you who sin shall know the vengeance of Superman.
Hey, I just realized, or remembered. At the end of the last video I said that they obviously used this design where the cape comes from the S shield
from Injustice.
For Injustice Superman. The Injustice Superman didn't have Superman robots. He had Eradicator robots.
You're right. That's true. And then we have Cadmus and escaping. You see Dr. Packard and Westfield, as they're saying, they weren't able to put, the Newsboy Legion broke him out before he could even, they could even program the control codes. Although later it would be retconned, there was one put in ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yep, Superboy. Before Connor, before even Connell.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then we got the Cyborg Superman. Not much words. I loved it. Just images. Yes, I'm back. By the way, have you checked out the audio yet?
I had some playing on the background while I was doing something. I don't remember what I was doing, but I was listening to it.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And if you notice, most of the dialogue is ripped right from it.
Yeah, it's all. It's pretty much pretty similar to the Batman Unburied audio drama. Like,
yep.
Yeah,
The
the characters they just talk and react, and then there are sound effects and
I mean, they
audio
would have to
effects.
rework some things, obviously.
Yeah. It's not like it's not an audio book. It's basically just something that
Well, no, it was a BBC audio
words
drama.
are there, and your imagination does the rest of the job.
It was a BBC audio drama.
Okay, that explains some of the actors.
Yep.
And the way how they talk, or maybe it was the era when it was.
I love the voice for Lois, though. I love the voice for Lois in that. Especially when it came to the engagement, and it's like, oh, sorry, guys. No, Jimmy, it was really sweet. But yeah, so we open up first with the Action Comics one. With now, Action Comics, this would be the one that more keeps progressing the main Superman plot more than it is focusing on the Eradicator. I mean, it does. Because remember where we left off beforehand. The Superman's tomb is empty again, but this time it's different. But yeah, apparently there's stuff going on in the fortress. As all the robots, I don't think any of them are Kellex. Are gathering up energy, and we haven't said, I remember a battle. He gets out of there, he's pure energy. And I like this, how it's left ambiguous.
It could be Superman or it could be something else, but
it could be like pure energy personified or something.
Yeah, but there's also something like the
last time we saw the Eradicator was long ago enough that you could forgotten. It's not as almost immediate as Cyborg Superman was.
Yeah, but even without the knowledge, this wouldn't look like Superman's features or like the eyes.
Well, no, it's pure energy. It's pure energy right now.
Yeah, but if it's supposed to be Superman being recreated or something against the Superman, like if you have to put like Superman's face against the featureless silhouette with just the eyes and mouth, would you make the connection?
Nope. And when he says he remembers a battle, that's vague enough.
Yeah.
But he sees what's happening, and thus he heads on over to feel like the real power must still be in the body. Some of this dialogue does not match Superman entirely like that.
Yeah. That could be a foreshadowing or heading.
Yeah, he goes in there, and it seems, this is why you would almost think like this is him back, because you're led to believe, we later find out otherwise, that he took over the body. We have to find out that the sun is blinding to him. It was an imperfect resurrection. And then we see more with Bibbo. And I love that. Like, hello, Superman. This is your old pal Bibbo. I hope God don't mind if we talks a while. We all miss you, Superman. We miss you terribly bad. I've been thinking about you a lot, pal. We tried so hard to bring you back. At Radio 9, news time, 4:43. More after this. Professor Ham and me, he and all of them paramedicals, we tried and we tried. I guess God needed you more. Not that I begrudge him, but this picture keeps haunting me. It just ain't the same here without you. These shirts. You could have made a mint from merchandising, but you never kept a dime. You always gave your part to charity. A real share the wealth guy, just like me. Violent crimes continue to worsen in all parts of the city. In related news, doctors report a sharp increase in cases of clinical depression in the wake of Superman's death. You hear that, Superman? Things are falling apart down here. Supergirl and Gangbuster have been working real hard, but somehow it just ain't enough. Now, what I got in mind might strike some folks as disrespectful, but I sure hope you don't think so, Superman. And notice he's actually saying Superman, not Superman. But ain't nobody in this world I respect more than you. You are my favorite. I know I ain't a man enough to fill your boots, but I'm still going to give it my best shot. The way I sees it, we all got to pull together, doing everything we can to help each other out. I know that's the way you'd have wanted it. Well, I won't let you down, pal. I'm going to help everybody I can, and I'm going to do it all in your memory. If it's a Superman that Metropolis needs, it's a Superman they'll get. So basically now we're seeing him, again, the last son figuring out some of his ability. He's trying to, like, he's talking about the glorious regeneration matrix. Again, now you could chalk up his dialogue as being he's been reborn pure Kryptonian.
Yeah.
You can look at it like that.
Yeah. The glasses also, I'm not sure,
they
but
said his eyes are sensitive.
Yeah, they are sensitive. I was just looking at the shape and the fashion of the glasses, or the glasses he has.
Yeah, we
it's
see
kind
some
of uncanny
Kryptonians
with
have glasses like that.
What? Don't they?
We would see some Kryptonians have glasses like that in the later stuff. Oh no, not Kryptonians. Sardis from Adam Strange.
Yeah, I think I'm still. I have to take the scans for the man who has everything, and in those Black Mercy dreams, Clark or Kal in the
Clark,
life he dreamed. Yeah, he had there. He had some kind of glasses, like they were still a part of his character in there.
True.
In the dream he had.
Exactly. But he's figured out the ability. He has all of these other energy beams and everything. And then I like how they set up saying like, see that this wall is repaired and reinforced. Yes, sir. You there, Unit 3. I ordered the monitor reconfigured to produce less glare, not more. Apologies, sir, but you ordered to display all Metropolis news transmission. The new monitor will be ready in 5.2 hours. This is an interim measure. And we're seeing all the different crime and everything. So he decides he's going to head out there and still save, be the champion again. Which leads to woman's getting attacked in the laundry, the basement laundry, I guess, of her apartment. And get away from that woman. What in the hell? Hell, I've seen hell, fool. Put down that gun or I'll send you there. And then kills the guy, which if we saw from the news beforehand, which I didn't go over. No, she kills him, actually. No, I'm not sorry my attacker's dead. He sure won't ever threaten anyone ever again. Yeah, we're just seeing all this stuff of him doing all this, killing people and everything. We see Lex reacting like, what's going on here? Supergirl is even trying to figure out what's going on. By the way, he broke his leg during the Team Luthor one shot.
Kind of after that speech he gave to the coffee at the grab, and after that.
That's one of my favorite Lex moments.
That I win speech, and now this happens right later.
Exactly. You people, don't worry, Mr. Luthor. The news camera will record anything that happens at the tomb. Bah! Are we on all we have are 24 hours of blank tape? It's like, you already stole it from under our nose beforehand. Now it happened again? Almost right after we put it back? But she flies up. We then have a plane crash and everything. Basically, the pilot has had a heart attack. Lois sees it, and she gets a feeling of deja vu there. Even says hold it right there, Buster. I love it. Superman, let me touch you. Please heal my child. By the way, she even said, the guy unfortunately said, he's just so blunt saying like, yes, his heart failed. Too much time has elapsed. He cannot be revived. Even the guy, the cop is like, geez, buddy, do you have to be so blunt? I like it when you have even, look, Simon Kirby.
But
I like how even when they have background characters sometimes have the inner thoughts for a moment like that. Like, geez, buddy, do you have to be so blunt? But of course, they meet, they talk. He barely, remembers a bit of her. Like, you're a reporter. Before my passing, you and I were an important part of my life. And she's like, his voice is softening. He's starting to sound more like Clark, not like Superman, like Clark. Don't you cry, Lois Lane. Don't you dare start to cry. And don't give anything away. Demand proof. To which, he explains it all, but then he says, Kent is gone. There's always Superman now. To which she feels like, if he's lying, someone's learned he's Superman. And if he's telling the truth, I've lost Clark all over again. That expression. That's a painful expression, isn't it?
Yeah, this is...
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
That's a painful expression, and that's a harsh way of looking at it, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Of course, this is just the first one. Then she has some of the others she's going to be seeing. It's going to be like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Not that I blame her, of course.
Mm.
Hold on, I'm just sending out my.
Why how this? Yeah.
Keep going.
This kind of art. Why we don't even have this kind of art anymore? It's all they always try to be like way stylized, cartoony style.
Yeah,
something that you can do in a rush.
Yep.
Like this is art this is art that the artist they obviously took care in creating.
Exactly. Oh, look at that. Next, we got Man of Steel. Now, this is after he's recovered from the hospital. He's going to be back in the hospital again. But yeah, now, I like it how he's telling the story of John Henry and everything. But no, he's talking about how he's saying, like, he's talking about, steel drivers, 10-pound hammers, big gun, and, just like the steam-driven steel drill. It's even said he lifted a 20-pound hammer in each hand, 2 guns in each hand. I like that. You realize, it's supposed to be something similar, but having a different end result.
Oh.
But then, oh boy, that one kid getting vaporized. Look at that. There's gunshots, but just imagine kids getting caught up in a shooting with a gun like that does that.
Oof. Yeah.
It doesn't show the kind of guy he is. He's actually able to catch up onto the Mustang, grab it, but he then gets peeled, slapped, slashed, driven against the wall. And then, by the way, that was Keith we've been seeing. And that's Mira. That's the was with him, to which she, of course, dressed up nice to see him.
Yeah.
Kind of the Queen Latifah look to her, doesn't she?
Yeah, somewhat.
Now, he's gone by the name of Henry Johnson, which is like John Henry backwards. He's like, hope no one else figures it out. Why? Never mind. And then we find out about what happened how he was saved by Superman after he saved another, a fellow construction worker.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, smart idea, but when you swing that hard, that's going to happen.
Yeah, but.
Yep, and I love that.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, that's the heroism that Superman obviously recognized in John Henry.
Yep, I love that. I owe you my life. Then make it count for something. Now, the fact that he was like, he didn't know what he was going to do, but he thought he had to go down there and help. As soon as he jumped down, boom. Oh, then we get his psychic neighbor, Rosie, or fortune teller. He decides to make the armor. They do a firebomb. He goes there. I love it. This is a great shot. The Man of Steel is coming through.
Logistically, it's pretty much hard doing that. Make an armor that's durable as Superman's durability and also nimble enough to move in.
Now, we later find out in his ongoing series, he made armors like this. So it's kind of similar to the Iron Man, only it wasn't it is far from a prototype. By the way, the reason why they have the psychic neighbor is because she mentions a thing called a walk-in spirit. These are not necessarily his own body, of course. And I love it. Like, you ever heard of a walk-in spirit, Lois? Oh, what? And then we're brought back to Jeb Friedman. Yeah, he's a creeper. But right now, Lois is in not the right state to tell him off.
No.
The guy's such a creep because he's basically like, he knows Clark's missing.
Oh, yeah.
So he's taking advantage of it. It's like, but the offer was serious. You want to come away with me? Give me a break, Jeb. When have you ever been serious? But, we see even Lex is starting to take this a little, curious. It's like, He's paying attention to the turf war. And then he goes in there to find about these guns. Stops them. Obviously, bullets don't do much. And then I love this. The guy's like, I'll hold it for you, Dutch. Safe mucus. Jam. Chuck another 2 for the Toastmasters. Toastmaster BG80s. My design. All those deaths. My fault. Now I love this. Don't look, John. I should have been there. All my fault. The BG80s should have gone out, son, but they've been tested now. Well tested. Effective. It's some kind of game fight. You got in the middle of it. And I love this. Dodge! Again, the artwork here is awesome on him, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just imagine Michael Dorn yelling that.
Yeah. Michael Dorn was voiced John Henry in that.
And he wrote the comic. And he wrote the recent Steelworks comic.
Yeah.
But yeah, the White Rabbit snipes the guy who was squealing.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh geez, even Jonathan for a moment's like, he's back from the dead, but it can't be. Again, and Lex is just like, can it? Then we get Cyborg Superman's intro. As we have Lois driving Sue, just thinking about everything, meets up with this guy who had met Superman once before. And he feels like the Cyborg Superman is the Man of Steel. Look at that perfect photo covering the robotic portions.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
it could be shadows, could be just darker areas that don't reflect light as well.
Yep, but yeah, and basically, she sees the photo. She's wondering what's going on. They're saying, police, Jimmy's saying the police are still trying to find Superman's body. Now, if it wasn't for the fact we were following the stuff with the last son of Krypton, we know that this can't be his body. That makes you wonder what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing. I think Stern established things too well.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
If the body, we would believe that the Eradicator is the body up around somewhere.
Yeah.
So what are these guys tracking down?
Exactly. But yeah, we have Cadmus trying to they got a hold of Doomsday's body. So this is where we have him show up, and they're scanning the tech. The robotic portion is Kryptonian, which again makes you be like, wait, what? Give him to me now. Superman! This has to be a joke. And some kind of sick joke. I watched you die with my own eyes. I've come back, Harper. I'm different due to the damage. But it's me. I am Superman. And so he goes down there, and even Westfield's like, even the real Superman wouldn't be, breaks into his vault. To which he said, I'm part machine now. Again, you could start, but you could see why people could believe he's the real deal.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're scanning Kryptonian tech as the metal portions.
Yeah. This is something that this could be seen as him trying to get closer. And until he picks Doomsday up and...
Yep. Now, of course, some of these inner thoughts don't make much sense, though. When he's saying stuff like, they should have destroyed you, Green Lantern could have atomized you with his ring. Jean could have shattered your bones, but they didn't. Fools. Now, since we know who this ends up being, it could be obviously he has the memories carried over, so he's just thinking their names, but there's that little bit of Superman that's making him be a bit more personable with what he's saying. But yeah, he flies out. Of course, Lois is again like, it's really you. Oh. Like, have you really come back to me, Clark? Is it really you? Especially after the last son of Krypton, I don't blame her. So yeah, throws him out there, leaves that device on there, which ends up being his Trojan horse. And then he shows up, the first one who named me Superman. I know I'm different. Perhaps I'm pleasant to look at. But he's like, prove it to me. Now notice the last son of Krypton didn't even bother trying. But here, he mentions memories, snippets. He mentions a farm in Kansas, the name Kent.
Damn, this art is...
It is. This is some of their best.
Yeah, the rain, the eye, the hair.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, they go to Hamilton, the best person to scan them. And sure enough, they determine it's Kryptonian metal. mixed in with his own DNA. It's like, what else could you think, right? So, of course, even Hamilton thinks like, did this Superman come back to life? And then, of course, ha, 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 ha. Now, because this says for Jerry Ordway, because Jerry left with Adventure 500. Oh, look at that one. And now we get the Adventures of Superman when he was a boy. That's me adding that part.
Yeah, okay.
And oh, that's awesome, isn't it? Tom Grummett, I love his artwork. Don't worry, no way I let anyone kill a beautiful babe like you and his hands on her butt.
Yeah.
I mean, really, how else is he going to do it one-handed, right? Her back? I love that. But I love how he's trying to go by Superman.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, I got better, babe. Lots better. Like, hey, he's Superman in my book, even though some ways he's just a boy. Again, he keeps on wanting to just call himself Superman.
Oh, yeah.
There's Bibbo trying to help out. And then he hears about a woman who tossed a bunch of puppies. She didn't think he would bring food, so she thought it'd be better just to drown them so they wouldn't suffer. But this woman's clearly an old, depressed woman.
Couldn't think of like shelters to take them to, or
no,
or put up on it if you want adoptions.
This is a suicide slum.
Okay, that explains. Yeah, suicide slum is a depressing place.
Yep, but then they find him. One of them comes out, and he's still survived. He decides to name him Krypton. I think you can guess where this joke's going to be going eventually.
Yeah, when it gets if it gets there during the story, remind me where the other dog named Krypt hides.
But no, he never existed yet. He wouldn't exist until the Low and Jeff Loeb came on. But oh, I love this. Lois. I thought we had a deal. You know, I save the world, you write it up, we both end up on page 1. But no, I get page 6, no byline, right under Hammer Hobble's home. You know, I would have gotten rid of Doomsday too. Let's get around to it. You can't be Superman. The one and only, contrary to current Whoa, my guess really aged you, huh, Lois? Superman? What Superboy's more like it? Look, listen, pal. Please don't call me Superboy, okay? Sure, no problem, Superman. Thanks. See? He's convinced. I don't have time for this. The real Superman was at least old enough to shave. Even that says, I'm a clone of Superman, not his love child. And not his love child? Come on, kid. This is the Daily Planet, not the National Whisperer. Hey, what will it take, Lois? He's trying to go for Lois because he thinks that's natural, but as soon as he sees Tana, he's like, whoa, forget it.
Yeah, it's like
he's trying to go for the older woman, but as soon as he sees someone much more his age. A bake-off. Well, I thought the plan would be easier than GBS, but no, you're still in school, kid. Tell you what I'll do, kid. A bake-off. Well, Chief, this will be the best piece you ever read, or my name isn't. Yeah, well, that's an interesting name. That 4 A's or 5? But yeah, so basically she gets the exclusive for GBS interview. Of course, because she realized he's a clone, Lex has been having Packard, the guy we saw earlier, as his insider. So he wants to know what's going on. Now, of course, Vinny realizes they can, make money off of him. He could be the official GBS Superman, whereas rather than for the planet. Ba 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 ba. So yeah, it leads them then going into a fight. Now this ends up being a stage fight, but they don't realize that yet. Like you're dealing with Superman.
Yeah, so stage fight by them or stage
by GBS.
And
Tana.
Okay, it's not Connor yet, but I was gonna say that. But Connor doesn't know it yet. Yeah,
no,
he's not Connor yet, but it's easier to
Superboy. Just say Superboy. Just say Superboy.
Okay. But Superboy doesn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
Maybe you should have stayed dead, but then I would have met you, charming ladies. But yeah, now this is where we get a tip off that he's vulnerable to fire.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's like, no problemo, Tana. I'm invulnerable, I think. And like, okay, trying to kill me is one thing, but that was my only jacket. Which is this guy called Steel Hand. Now, this is the point where we also get an understanding of his tactile telekinesis. But again, he has no idea what happened, but still, like, he just makes him explode. All right, Steel Hand, Glass Jaw. It figures. Now, of course, this is where then she's talking to Martha about all this. And he's like, would he be like this? And she says, no boy we raised would have ever acted like this. I guess that's just it, Martha. You didn't raise this boy. So clearly, he's acting nothing like Clark would have been like as a boy.
Yeah, well, he did admit it already that he's a clone.
Well, yeah, but even as a clone, he doesn't have any memories. He even said earlier, I skipped it, but he said, no memories, of course. Now, if you saw earlier, Guardian took out some snipers. Or poison gas the street. Now, of course, I love it. He's also like, I was primed. I would have noticed. I mean, unless you move without making noise. You know, come to think of it, the volume was way up on Easy Street. I could have missed a few things. So it shows he's not that arrogant. He's easy enough to be like, you know, maybe I was getting a little cocky. Now we see Tana is meeting up with Vinny, who's even saying, like, basically anything to help her career, she will throw, you know, even says, like, just tell me when evil man's attacking, and I'll get it all on tape. Of course, she eventually regrets this, but right now she's just worried about her career.
Well, isn't she in a position where she needs to know where to go?
Yep. Now we would never get this resolved for a year, but he said, you told me you couldn't clone Superman. This scene throws in the face of what Jeff Johns would retcon, of course. But basically, we would find out later he's a clone of a different member of Cadmus. There's no Superman at all. They just made it come close to Superman, but it was more imitating Superman.
Yeah, but it was also the whole thing that with the Kryptonian DNA, it needed some kind of something to balance it out, and they needed human DNA for it. So when it came Jeff Johns' Teen Titans run, we learned that Superboy is also a clone of Luthor.
And Superman, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, this is something that, given this context, it doesn't make sense. If she was in a shower, no, she would probably just came out from a shower.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, now we have Superman versus Guy. What the flip is this? So basically, you reading through all this. I love it. Like, hey, Ringman, how about paying for that? You're talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Mr. Superhero. This is not a library. If you want to read the magazine, buy it first. No thanks. You can keep it. What? Hey, you creep. I'm glad the Green Lantern fired you. Because, yeah, he was kicked out by this point. He was using Sinestro's ring. This was, yeah. So he's been using Sinestro's ring this whole time.
These are those pre-prototype Sinestro Corps rings, because Guy is obviously wearing his own clothes and not making any.
Oh, remember, this was before even the concept of the Sinestro Corps came about. So before it was just Sinestro's ring.
Yeah. Were the Green Lantern or any Power Rings able to just create the uniform out of that?
Oh, yeah, they always could. They always could. But he just did what he wanted to wear.
Yeah, and Sinestro also used to have the black and blue costume before it went to the black and yellow one.
Yep. But yeah, so we see this safe cracker and everything. And the Glass Son grabs him and destroys his hands.
Oof.
Of course, again, Lois would just feel like that would be the Superman I tracked to Riverside Park the other day, the one who knew about Clark. But that cyborg I met knew too, or seemed to. I wish I could believe that Clark's really alive. All I can be sure of is that his body is missing again. And from what my sources say, this time the Cadmus Project isn't to blame. I just don't know what to think now. Each of the 3 Supermen I've run into so far seemed a little like Clark. Maybe I should call Lana Lang. I need to talk to someone who would understand. And there's Kat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, she's looking at them as pretenders. Kind of looks a little too good on the tube. I wouldn't put it past Vinny Edge to be grooming her as my replacement.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, there's the case where she sees some guy walking. Nope, not him. She just mistook him. Silhouette.
Oh.
Poor Lois. Seeing Clark everywhere. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Again, art that's art that the artist obviously took much care in creating.
Yeah, again, making sure it's like, again, that's a painful face. That's like a, sorry. But without going like too over the top.
And it's just one panel on the page on one page among the others in one issue.
What has Butch Guy's been working on lately? I think hold on. He's worked on Iron Man, Man of War, but that's not recent. What's the most recent thing he's worked on? Oh, he did a page of Immortal Hulk, and he's worked on some of the Invaders books. And he worked on, yeah, he worked on issue 1000 of Action Comics. And of course, he did stuff in the Death of Superman 30th anniversary.
Of course.
He still has done stuff here and there. But yeah, so he heads on over there, sees the new monitor system. Now he keeps using the regeneration matrix egg to keep his power up.
Oh.
We didn't see Perry talking with Maggie, trying to get her take on it. But, I love this. But given the heat, I'll be taking condolence on. With Superman gone, every citizen group in the 6 boroughs was on his back over the recent crime wave. Well, it's not his problem anymore. The mayor named me as this is Happerson, sorry, not Perry.
Ah.
So everybody say, so
it looks like Perry.
Yeah, but no glasses. Or not, no, you have glasses. No, you're right. But anyway, we find out though she went on. Maggie, I know there's been some friction between the 2 of us over your command of the Special Crime Unit, maybe even some hard feelings. Never on my part, Commissioner. To tell the truth, I've always wondered exactly what the problem was. Was it because of my gender or my sexuality? Neither one. Don't be ridiculous. It just always stuck in my craw that as high profile and outfit as the SCU was headed, it was headed by a captain. I wouldn't care if you were male, female, or neuter. But you have inspectors working for you, reporting to someone who technically they outrank. Okay, fair enough. You know what I mean? That's a very interesting, So yeah, he decides to promote her to Inspector Sawyer.
Yeah.
Even says it's long overdue. I have a feeling Roger Stern was reacting and probably some people complaining. You want to bet?
Yeah, probably.
But that's a good way. You feel like, okay, then I'll fix it. Make it organic. But make it organic, even acknowledge it was long overdue.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned Stern was like, he had to be captain because, captain's what everyone thinks of a rank. It's like Star Trek.
Yeah, inspector is up.
It's higher. At least in the police force.
Yeah.
But he was like, tell me about these blasted Supermen. Now, this leads to, of course, Guy just coming in and picking a fight with him. And sure enough, he ends up liking this Superman because he's more up his alley.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, you're the real deal in my book. And that's what he even said. He's like, he's the real one.
Yeah.
If he wasn't, he ought to be.
Yeah, he passed the guy test.
Exactly. So yeah. Now we get back to Man of Steel, which leads to him having a bit of a sparring fight with Superboy. Wait, we see more guys with the Toastmasters as he's plowing through them. takes one guy and then he stops. He's about to say, like, where do I find the right rabbit? And just recorded for posterity, man. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I've held him against an actual wall, not a fenced.
Yep. Oh, I love it. You caught this whole thing on film, didn't you? The cops just might be interested. Now, again, Lex is interested in these Toastmasters and who the White Rabbit is. Oh, boy, yeah, you had this guy named Graham. He's an interesting fella. Yep, we just see some arguing going on. We see more with Jeb. They hear word. I love this. All right, Clark may be gone, but her heart still belongs to the Daily Planet. See Superboy flying around while Lois is in a copter with one of the pilots. But then as there's a gang war, he's flying by, they're shooting. Unfortunately, while he's dodging, one of them hits the chopper. Now, of course, Steel catches him. And of course, once again, she says, hold it right there, Buster.
Huh. The word she told
like deja vu.
Yeah.
But she even says, like, trying to convince the world they're Superman. What about you? I never said I was Superman. Then he just grabs Superboy and gives him the 1-4, saying, like, the planet chopper was destroyed by the ordnance. You dodged. Destroyed, but Miss Lane, I saved her, but the pilot was killed. It could have been any one of them. Even that little reporter who follows you around. You're saying it's my fault the pilot died? What I'm saying is the limelight's all yours. Enjoy it. But keep out of the shadows till you're ready to think things through, or more people could die. Hey, wait a minute. You're not Superman. I am. At least I'm his clone. What right do you have to lecture me? I do think, don't I? I am careful. But am I careful of anybody but myself? Yeah, sure I am. The pilot was just following too close. It wasn't my fault. Was it? And now she sees how that thing went, and she's basically starting to feel like maybe he does have Superman's soul.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we have Lex trying to make a deal. He's trying to get one of the Supermen on his side.
Yeah, but
and even tells her where tells him where the White Rabbit is because he's gotten word of it. And we find out the two were friends, co-workers.
Huh.
And yeah, just remembering all of this stuff. All the weapons made their way to Quarak. It turned out she was the one who leaked them through.
And that's where the rejection does.
Yep. And then, reveals like she just learned to make money off of it. She said, "You retrieved the plans from my computer, didn't you? Child's play. I improved on them. You actually no, she did tell him the Quarak. Correction, she didn't, but it gave her the idea." And then Superboy flies, helps him out, but yeah.
Huh. The force field, because we know, but we know in retrospect that he has a force field. It's apparently not heat.
Psychokinetic force field.
Yeah, psychokinetic. Yeah, but it's not heat resistant.
Yep. So yeah. And then we have this one's all about Ron Troop finally making his own, as he tells a story about where he was told by Perry to go prove it. Now, of course,
I think I have this issue
on a
box.
This will be an editorial. I get to say this. This is bad journalism. This is bad journalism. If this is the main front page story, this is an editorial, not a front page headline.
Yeah, this is something that would be.
For one, it's from his point of view. But that aside, it's a great bit. He talked about how Perry gave him this. Basically saying how Clark got the exclusive. Can you do better? Now he ended up going to the White House and everything, right as Quarakians were attacking. Cyborg Superman shows up, takes them all out, even disables all of them. But a bunch of the White House defenses attacked him. So he ran out with a device that was meant to scan him and determine, yep, it's him. Everything matches with everything they have on file. He then determined by scanning into the White House's databases, which of course is more advanced in this world, that there's a bomb inside a suitcase. Basically, everything was meant to be a distraction to get the guy close to the president. And yep, it's Clinton again. He gives him a listening device and everything. And sure enough, he gets the gig. He even gets Clark's seat. Now, this would be reprinted a lot.
Okay. With how many different presidents?
No. They've kept it to Clinton.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they've kept it to Clinton. Okay, now I'm going to skip these annuals. So hold on a second. Because these are all tied in the bloodlines.
Yeah.
Oh, and boy meets girl.
And it's not gonna be pretty.
But yep, I love this. Like, leverage is lousy. Can't hold it. It's slipping. Not. Hey, Metropolis, made you look. I mean, only the real Superman can do this. It can do this, maybe, but only the real Supergirl can do this. The story you would have demanded if we hadn't thought of it first. And I love that. It's like, Supergirl, hey, I've been wanting to meet you. Let me just put this down. We're dying. Oh, please, get a grip. That's what I'm doing.
Isn't there a whiplash kind of?
Yep, but I love it. Was that high school stunt really necessary? Or were you just trying to impress me? I was just joking. I mean, just joking. Now, of course, Tana tries to get a word in. She says she only gets her word and gives all the news to WLEX. And it turns out there was that device she has on her basically distorts anyone else from picking up whatever she said. Of course, Tana's playing it up. We didn't ever introduce. Remember that guy who tried to get the photos from Jimmy in the funeral? That's him. This guy here, and he's working with this guy called Stinger. He's the guy who's been hooking up Vinny with all this stuff.
Yeah, looks like a character from the 90s.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, Crypto! Crypto! I told you his name's Krypton, like the place Superman was from. Maybe you heard of it? You're tearing me up. I'm crying inside, I tell you. But the sign says 6 letters. I do 6 letters. Of course, for Mr. Lottery winner Babowski, maybe I could squeeze in a number 7 for a modest fee. Thibodeau deal with chiselers, you chiseler. Let's go home, Crypto. Oh, and again, Lex is trying to woo him over. And it almost works, actually. He even said, you want me? You got me. But then he writes, I got to meet Tana over at for an apartment. He's getting Clark's old apartment. Like, I'm supposed to meet Tana tonight, but like before now, she'll kill me. She better not. So he said, we'll work up the contract and everything. Then he gets Clark's apartment, meets Rex Leach, meets his daughter Roxy, who's like, oh, he's cuter than Bon Jovi, Luke Perry and Robin put together. Smooches him and says, just sign right here. Okay, where do I sign? Of course, now Tana's starting to realize just how far this is going. Actually, apparently she didn't know that they were arranging the attacks. And the kid brings in the rating. You are replaceable. Now, of course, he's realizing Lex isn't going to be happy about that contract I signed. Which gives them the rights to everything. Okay. Pause right here. I'll be right back. I got that meeting.
Oh, okay.
5 to 10 minutes. I'll be right back. It's just a check-in meeting. It's just a check-in meeting.
Okay. I'll fill this in up. No, wait, I could just...
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, went longer than I thought.
Yeah, never mind. I managed to get a little further in Crash Bandicoot entranced.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll put a little the
thing we did with Hush video.
Yep, that was crazy still, wasn't it? Anyway, but yeah, the Stinger guy attacks him. Go look. Yeah, he's carrying this train for a museum. But yeah, boom. There goes his jacket. He's able to stop it just in time. I love that. I got a train to catch. Now, by this point, Tana is starting to more care for Superboy. That's why she's, being more and more aggressive at Vinny.
Oh.
But yeah, putting up a good fight against this guy. Meanwhile, we're seeing a bunch of these stupid, at the bar. I started to fight. I love it. The visor guy, the Man of Steel acts like him. My mother likes the kid. It's the Cyborg. I do Superman. Superman was a pal of mine. And none of these fancy pants is Superman in my book. Sure, Bibbo, whatever you say. Yeah, I mean, it's your place. Drink to that. And look at Crypto. Yep. But yeah, stops it. Supergirl shows up, and I love it. Like, I can fight my own fights. I'm Superman. Of course, she's saying we don't want anything to happen to the newest member of Team Luthor. Yeah, about that. Which leads to this big, the bridge blowing up.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, an alien warship is heading to Earth.
Yeah, knowing what comes in the few minutes, are we gonna already imagine who is on it?
Yep. Now we're seeing Tana's reporting as the bridges happen. They're heading in to try and help gather it up and pick everything up because it looks like a demolition city. Meanwhile, back at the fortress, something's happening to the regeneration matrix as he's back.
Yeah, that's the real Superman now.
Yes, it is, which raises a whole lot more questions. We're like, wait a second. I thought the last time Krypton was in his body. What's going on? But he's acting a bit more like feel fuzzy headed. You show me what's going on. As they explain everything to him about Superboy, about all the conflicts, Cyborg, Superboy, Steel. And I love this. Look.
Yeah.
See that? The identical.
Yeah, it is somewhat.
It was like drawing the greatest negative response from a tribe of police says, stop. That isn't necessary. I've heard more than enough. Things have gone completely out of hand. The name of Superman will not be turned into a franchise. Ah!
Yeah.
But yeah, this is that where, again, look at those expressions.
Yeah.
But yeah, about those contracts. He what? Disappointed? I've been double-crossed. That bloody whelp ate my food. He cozied up to you. Damn his eyes. He's not. Hey, I'm not happy about it either, but you shouldn't take him personal. I don't think he meant to slight you. He's just very impulsive. Of course, he feels like he's a clone, chronologically no older than an infant. He'd be able to negate those contracts. I hate when he gets this way. Oh, but then Jonathan feels like that miserable two-bit. And I love it. It's Matrix or Supergirl, whatever she calls herself these days. First, she took up with the Luthor boy. Now she's making cow eyes at this young twerp. I know she didn't stay with us long, but I'd hope we brought her up better than that. She was practically a blank slate when Clark brought her to us. So innocent. Yes, she was such a sweet child. It broke my heart when she ran off. Maybe it was my fault, Martha. Maybe I just didn't know how to raise a daughter. You just hush now, Jonathan Kent. We did the best we could in the time we had her. It's just such an uncertain world out there. Now we have Steel still deal. Now by this point this is where they were given at least one or two issues, mostly to tell their own stuff, and now this is where the plot's reconnecting again.
Okay.
For mainly they still have their own subplots they wrap up.
Okay, so in looking at this in a format way, everything is that this could be something I could summarize in the opening.
Yeah,
and the story commentary starts here.
Exactly. I love this. You just because he just killed that guy as well. You just killed that man. You could have disarmed him. Instead, you fried him. What's your point? My point? Look, mister, I met Superman once. As a matter of fact, he saved my life. What do you just call what I just did? At the very least, I call it manslaughter. For God's sake, man, look at me. Look at this armor. I wasn't in any real danger. And even I have been. The real Superman wouldn't have killed that punk. He never countered and the threat of violence was unnecessary force. You may look the part, but you're just a cold-blooded fraud. Fraud? You ungrateful armor-bladed freak! Oh boy, boom, boom. Oh, look at that! I'm not pretending. I mean to seriously kick your butt. Both of you, stop! But yeah, basically, he talks him down like, you're Miss Lane. I initially thought this only to stop this imposter from using my insignia. Your insignia? Jury's still out on that one. But regardless, you both dishonored Superman's name with this senseless fight. You could have hurt or killed someone. Would you want that stain on your insignia? You're absolutely right. I didn't seek this fight, and I didn't throw the first punch. But I gave as good as I got, almost without thinking about it. Dear Lord, look at the damage we've caused. I also regret my actions. They were perhaps ill-advised. I will make amends for any damage we've caused. We both will. You know I never laid claim to the name Superman. I wear the shield and this cape to honor a man who gave me back my life. Unfortunately, then, one of the lawyers for Rex Leach is saying, we own the right to Superman. To which he was ready to torch this guy and to start the fight up all over again.
Huh.
Takes him up into space, comes back down, and uh-oh. I know I like how they keep this big enough that you can't tell if that's Mongol or not.
Nah, if you know enough, there's the
but it could be some other guy.
Mongol has
that little
ear pods or something.
Yep.
It
leads to a big crash, which leads to the next issue, the Man of Steel issue. Which leads the fight continues on as he just pounds him, destroys his visor. These are a point where he's saying, like, does he know what I could do to him? My visor, gone. So eventually he then flees because he can't, the lights are too bright. So he simply says, I leave Metropolis in your hands. He hears something's going on in Coast City. So he decides now we lead to him with Lex's boys dealing with the Toastmasters, which leads to him arranging a meeting with the White Rabbit. Oh, look at this was Ron. Clark? Miss Lane, hi. Did you say something? Oh, Ron, hi. You were working late too, huh? He even says, you look like a classic reporter. Great and good column you wrote. You deserve the promotion. Ron has Clark's desk and Clark's mail slot. Life goes on, doesn't it? Aww.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Lex meets up with him. Of course, they're both ready to betray each other.
Luonnollisesti.
Which then, obviously, this is all getting quickly wrapped up. Because he goes in, fighting them off, takes down some of the guys. Oh, look at this.
Come on, God.
He's like the Blob, but he can control it.
Yeah.
But then we never get what's resolved was whatever he's consuming. It's vegetable oil. It never gets resolved. They go in there. She starts up the machine. He brings it down and seems to kill her. He gets out of there and feels like, he's like, well, why was Lex and meant by giving me the Lex Luthor as a present? I thought he was one of the good guys. So that was just wrapping up his plot because out of all of them, he's the one who had a plot that needed to be wrapped up.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that cover.
And now it's getting to the
big one. So yeah, they're getting this big ship's heading over there, destroys the satellite and everything. He's helping out. Look at this. He's even controlling the energy of the fire. But then you hear what's going on. Cyborg Superman's heading over there. They're dropping all of these big bombs. Oh, and we have that's Carol talking to a guy named Clay. Who's been a friend and everything. He's even in a wheelchair and everything. But then what happens? I love this. How he's like, admit it, imposter. You brought the ship here. That's preposterous. What proof do you have of such accusation? You and the ship are in the same place at the same time. That's all the proof I need. Out of my way. I don't have time for this foolishness. This situation needs checking out, and I just intend to do that. So you've turned your back on me, just as I thought you would. Your first and last mistake. Oh! Detonates them all. Clay is gone up and everything. Still alive. I'm surprised. I fully expect you to be burnt to ashes. You don't even care about the city. Wrong. I care a great deal about this city's fate, just like the attackers aboard that ship. What do I care? And what I care about is making sure everything in this entire area is obliterated. Look at that.
So this pretty much it revealed just
he's the bad
the
guy.
audience and that Cyborg Superman is not a good guy.
Yep, and Last Sun is reverted back to energy. And then they start to rebuild into this giant city, Engine City. Flies over. He claims then, like, I have no, like, it's nothing. There's nothing here. He's lying to the White House. Meanwhile, we see then the war suit's about getting ready to move. And of course, good, we're behind schedule. This is where we reveal not only is he wearing his Mongo is kissing the ring.
Yeah, that.
You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, Cyborg Superman is not only a bad guy, but he is the main bad guy.
And he's somehow able to subjugate Mongol. Off screen, granted. So yeah, we see, oh, look at this. He's flying over, he finds some people and everything, and they're like, hey, yeah, what are the odds? I love that, like the rogue Superman is unstoppable. He's behind you. Where? I don't see anything on his face. I said, he's behind you. Some wounded animals. I put them out of their misery. Ouch.
So, well, where was it planned at this point that Cyborg Superman was
the whole time.
Yeah, that's why that he's going to be a villain, but eventually when he is going to be
Hank Henshaw. This was
that he is Hank Henshaw who used to be a human.
Yes, this is this was always the plan from the beginning, at least of the story. Once he decided to do the Cyborg Superman. Yeah, to try to figure out what happened over there, and even Vinny is trying to keep things under control. No, I like this. He said, like, our Superman's going to be heading over there. I love this now. Of course, they're trying to keep him as being this dork, but Tana's actually trying to make him be a hero.
Good for
Even
her.
tell them what happened, says, but unfortunately she won't be going because Vinny's had enough of her. Isn't it funny? Went from grooming her to being fed up with her. Sorry about that. But yeah, give them a hug and everything. The two would be close, but eventually she would be made brain dead in a much later story.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, no, way down the line. Like, she would be gone for a while, and then she would come back only to be made brain dead. But she would be his love interest for a while, even though technically she's older than him.
Yeah, physically and mentally and...
look at the war suit. I love the war suit. But yeah, he and Cyborg Superman are heading on over there. And as they're flying, he even tells like, you'll die out there. Don't come. Superboy says, I got this. I'll protect them. And then blows them up. You used your heat vision too. But we said we protect them. I said I protect them. And I said they die in here. Superman always keeps his word. Again, I like how he's doubting himself. He's always second guessing himself.
Oh.
He's been doing that the whole time, and I've been liking that, haven't you? This whole, like, I'm the good guy. I'm doing the right thing. I'm not at fault, right? Am I? I like that about him.
Yeah, that's consistent characterization. And
yeah, big fight, everything. Tosses him in the water. Now, this is, again, more about his tactile telekinesis. Again, he has no idea what's going on.
Oh.
We get a memory about what happened during Exile.
Exile. That was at.
Yeah, that was where we had. Post-crisis, Mongo's first appearance. Oh yeah, you're not Superman. You never know. Now this cover is a fake out. Oh, look at this. Two cults of Superman. Of course, it would be these two, obviously.
People who follow the Eradicator and people who follow...
Because they're the two closest who could possibly be Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, but of course, the cops stopped the riot. Superboy is being held up and everything. Explaining about what's been going on. Good summary. Supergirl? Did you say Supergirl? You must be joking, Mongo. She's held in check by a corporate sponsor. She's even less of a threat than the boy. Ouch. But then we have last time Krypton show up. He still has his physical form. He's saying, where's the machine? The body? What happened? Now, there's a point here. Yes, he blasted that, but that's the suit on autopilot. So Clark even admits that. He doesn't know what's going on out there. He's pretty much deaf and blind. Now they doctor all this. So that cover was about the doctored footage. All this is AI. Even Superboy here is AI.
You would say that it's AI artist renditioning to fake footage.
Yep. The trick the Justice League into going into space. To go after the Eradicator. This is to get the Justice League out of here. And that's a good explanation. I love it. You do well. Had I not known the truth, these false video feeds of yours might have fooled even me. Believe it, bro. The cyborg man is one bad stud. Yes, most true to life. Again, ahead of its time. But yeah, he's trying to get out of her. He feels like, because they're about ready to destroy Metropolis to make it the next Engine City. Now, this is where we get the summary of him being the Eradicator. How he was originally a Kryptonian device, then thrown into the sun, gained a physical form, fought Superman, which was the battle he was talking about. He then reformed, went to the body. He couldn't merge with the body, so instead he took some of the matter from the tomb, the mass from the tomb, and made a new body. And put Superman's body within the Matrix.
Yeah.
I like that explanation.
Yeah, it's a good. It's pretty sure that.
And who better than the Eradicator?
Yeah. It's
the guy who almost made Superman.
If Eradicator is, they mentioned Eradicator during the initial Doomsday story, and then it's and this is real. That is that Eradicator, and then enough was shown to be in the high
air.
Yeah, thrown in the air, shown with enough behind the scenes, and then revealed that this is what and this was behind the curtain all along.
Yep, and enough that we knew Cyborg Superman couldn't be the real Superman. We just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, but now the real Superman is back. Next chapter, the return of Superman. Look at that cover. The real Steel Deal. So yeah, Superboy's trying to figure out what to do. Man of Steel, he's protecting Metropolis while they're gone. And of course, he's questioning Eradicate. The last time Krypton wouldn't have pulled this stunt. Not from what he dealt with.
Yeah.
Now, Superboy gets his way out of there. Again, thanks to his tactile telekinesis. Again, he doesn't know what exactly is going on. But he's going to try and destroy the missile that's going to be heading out. Oh boy, she ends up kissing Jeb, but she regrets it. I'm like, what was I doing? Kissing Jeb, letting Jeb kiss me? He was going on and on about sports. What does Jeb care about sports? Oh, but I love this then. And roses from the loser, Jeb. Ha! Lois didn't even notice. Good. Serves the creep right. I need a challenge and assignment away from Jeb. I don't trust the Cyborg, Perry. I'm going to Coast City. I'm going to find out what's going on. Absolutely not. Walking into a possible danger in pursuit of a story is good journalism. Walking a death trap is just plain stupid. This time you won't have Superman to pull you out if you get in too deep. And I won't contents you getting yourself killed for. Superman never pulled me out of anything I couldn't have pulled myself out of. Face it, Perry, you can't stop me. I've wasted enough time waiting for a miracle that's not going to happen. I've opted out of life for long enough. Finally, the real Lois Lane is back. Okay. I find that interesting letting herself get so far down that she let creepo Jeb kiss her was enough to make her realize, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, it's kind of like falling, bouncy button. Back,
But what did I say though? It took letting herself get so far low, she let creepo Jeb kiss her to snap her out of it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't written by a woman, I would have called this sexist.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Louise knew that this was intentional on Louise's part.
Mm.
But yeah, Supergirl wants to head out there. Lex doesn't want to. They're trying to realize what to do with the mech. Now again, they drop a torpedo, a bomb, but then it causes a reaction. Now, of course, they think that the war suit did it. They don't know. Meets up with Man Steel and her meets up. Oh, look at this. Grabs it. I love it. It's coming. Oh, Lord, it's big. If it's like Doomsday, what if I can't stop it?
Oh.
Now she throws it, and it lands on Lex's chopper. He ends up being all right.
Huppisa keikkaa.
Oh, so I take it back. He's not destroying the missile, but he ends up catching up there. Leading to a big fight. And now, look at this. With my foot is good enough, and concentration, I can make him drop you. I don't like that. How it's like we're seeing this, and then boom, but we don't see his foot anywhere. It's like,
Yeah, the panels are not done very well.
There's a lot going on in here for him to fit in, so I can let it slide once. Then look at this. Boom! Kind of feels like we get another birthing metaphor.
Yeah.
Metropolis over my dead body. Now, apparently in that whole journey, went from short hair to long hair. It's long hair, not a mullet. Now, I love this next page you're about to see. This one. Reminder of how tall John is.
Yeah, John. Okay. We can say Superboy is like crouching like this. Lois and Lex, they can be like leaning forward like this, and
John is
John might as well be standing.
But even then, look.
Okay, yeah, that is unless his suit adds some height to him.
Well, to be fair, he's pretty much a basketball player, so height-wise, don't let the outfit fool you. I'm Superman. I'm back. We thought you were attacking the city. Some homecoming. I realize I've been away a while, but I expect to be public enemy #1 when I return. And of course, he even said, you interviewed me several times. He looks like him, like, I'm sorry, but you're not the first guy claiming it. I love like, watch it. He keeps on trying to say, you were the first one to write about me. I said, watch it. The others have tried the same line. Can't you people come up with something new? Hey, you're digging in pretty hard. I said, leave the lady alone. If this simple squeeze can hurt you, there's no way you're the real Superman. I was taking about as far as anyone could go. I'm not totally recovered yet. That's why I need the Kryptonian war suit to get here. You know what? How he ends up revealing himself? His favorite book, To Kill a Mockingbird, or favorite movie.
Yeah, that's some trivia I remember I read from somewhere already.
I love that.
Years in advance.
Now, of course, War World Reborn. This is where we get down the summary of what happened. We get a summary of what happened with Hank Henshaw and his family. What happened with him forming, and then terrifying his daughter, and his daughter's wife. His wife. To commit suicide, even. Going up there, flying off, and we never saw what happened. This is right before. This is a while back.
Way while back.
This is before Jurgens got on the Superman title when he was still on Adventures. Now we find out what happened. He landed on World, took over a bunch of them, went over there and took over his whole ship. Pretty much recreated a War World. Whoa, look at that.
And then told Mongol that I am the captain now.
Yep. So we get the origin of him. So basically, the two, that's the funny thing. Cyborg and Last Son were the only two we really needed origins for, because the other two we were following their origins.
Yeah, this is just this is a last minute told.
Yep. Now, of course, this is where they're stalking, and she still feels like, I love this. Did the others remind you of the time I gave you Maud's engagement ring? No, please don't. Did they tell you about the time I admitted being Clark, or the time we flew to the mountains to talk, or about that rainy night in July when we first? No, you died. I held you in my arms when it happened. People, even Superman can't come back from the dead. I'm so confused, certain things, but so did the others. How am I supposed to be sure? I don't understand this any more than you do. All I know is that I've been through a massive trauma. The last thing I remember is Doomsday hitting me. Lois, it's me. Just look at me. Just remember, no matter what happens, I'll always love you. Always.
It's basically like a book, because
it's a
that's the
multiple
last kiss they had before he charged at Doomsday.
Yes, exactly. I love this. Also, let's go. I don't think you should. I don't care what you think. Ooh, dissed. And he asked for some of the rocket boots from them, the Luther's men. Heading off for the big fight, the final act.
Oh, even if he doesn't have his powers back yet, he's still willing to go.
Yeah, he doesn't care. The Superman Revenge Squad. 4 hours. I could fly cross country in 4 minutes. But that's when I was at full power. He's not even close. I love it. Only other time I felt such a commanding presence was when I met the real Superman. Maybe it is him. I want it to be him. But Superman died. Wonder what the kid thinks. Man, could I go for a pizza? And we see about them having... we have him meet up with Tana, wondering. He's like, is it him? Hard to say, but better him than anyone else.
Yeah, compared to the two other guys.
Oh, I loved it. Not if their friend is the real Superman, back from the dead to haunt you. Ha 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 ha! Ah! I should kill you for that remark, Mongo. Instead, let this be a reminder of who holds your leash. Dog! Ow!
Yeah, Mongol is under his heel. Obviously, he doesn't like being down there, and saw a window of opportunity to fight back, and don't even bother trying doing that again.
Yep. But yeah, they're fighting off. They're making their way through. I'd say jerk's a pretty good word for you. Hey, let's play a new game that's thrilling millions. Robotic gizmos, need it or not. Oh, we'll start with, this thing I just yanked from your chest. Too bad. You just lost your mechanical semblance of life and a chance at a new car. Next contestant. And they all got beaten or ran away, kid. Again, I like the writing of it. It's 90s, but it still feels like a kid. Oh, but then him needing guns.
It's temporary.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's temporary. It's a necessity, and it's for the moment. When he gets his powers back, then it's no need for this anymore.
Yep. That's a sec.
But it's an organic way, organically written into it. Like it's not guns for the sake of guns. It's because he's in that state that he needs them.
Exactly, because he's still not. Oh, but then we got the big missile. This is where he goes up to stop it. And yeah, he's climbing. At first, they think he died for a moment. He didn't. And yeah, he starts destroying them. I love this. Gotcha. Crowd goes wild. Yeah, in the game, you see him flying and shooting and destroying them in the game.
This was in the game.
Yep. And I love this. Like, she ends up landing. The other boy, yes, he deflected the missile. He's riding over the harbor and towards the open sea. He saved the city, everyone. Superman saved Metropolis. The kid. He got away. Oh my God. That would have leveled the city. Tana, we're on. Right up. There's been a set of turn of events. I don't see Superman in the bomb. I'm sorry, Gordon, but he was a friend of mine. He was my friend.
Well, someone lived through what Lois did.
Yep. But he's all right. He's all right. Yeah, they're heading their way through. Now he jumped down there, even though you think, but something causes him to slow down. We'll find out what that is in a little bit. Big tech and everything, like, except for the time Mixie has pitilessly canceled out my powers. I haven't been so physically vulnerable since I was 12. I must be down to about a tenth of my old strength, but I feel such a rush. Is my body simply producing more adrenaline to compensate?
Hopefully. That's something. That's the whole. Yeah. The whole thing that his powers are like 12% or something like that. That's the whole thing that I had to create a visual aid when I did the scene-by-scene review for BVS and showing that the Superman's powers as they are depleting as the fight goes on.
Exactly. But yeah, finding his way through there. They stop the missile. Boom! Crashes. He wants to know, where's Supergirl? Of course, Cyborg Superman's pissed off, obviously. No, he's dead. Dead and gone. He can't be alive. If he is truly alive, your revenge can be even sweeter than before. Yes, you are correct, Mongol. Of course, he's trying to play him up into manipulating him and to go after Superman. Oh, but now we get a summary of everything back to to him, and then he drains all the power and destroys the fortress.
And even then, it doesn't look like it was enough.
But he's able to see now.
Yeah.
Flies over there. They're shooting all the cameras, and then we find out about Supergirl being there. To stop that, that guy over there. It's like, what happened? Yeah, Supergirl. She flew because she make herself invisible. So yeah, they're plowing their way through it, everything. Mongol's trying to figure out what's going on, and turns out we have a huge chunk, the biggest chunk of kryptonite ever. I mean, until the big giant meteorite.
Yeah, that reminds me that when they did the Tales from the Dark Multiverse, they pretty much did the whole
with Eradicator.
Yeah, and then they had it end with Superman dying again to was it that?
Yeah, it was that. It was the kryptonite.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, looks 90s.
But yeah, they're fighting their way through there, and then there's Mongol. I like this is where he reveals, like, you saved my life once. I had to make that life count for something. The high steel worker. I remember you. The name's John Henry Irons. Irons maybe, but strong as steel. Good luck, Steel.
Yeah.
Yep. All this fighting through there, and now this makes it very clear. His armor is robotic.
And
it's not a pure steel. It's not pure steel. That explains how he's able to move it.
Yeah, and
it may appear.
It's trying. The Engine City is trying to cannibalize it.
But that more comes into play in the next issue. At this point, he's fighting against Cyborg Superman, just tossing. He keeps upgrading himself. Yep, and then we know this will lead to.
I was just about to ask about, because this is what's happening in Coast City. Coast City is destroyed now. I was about to ask, at what point does Hal go in there, try to recreate it, and then
he's about to right now. But yeah, so Mongo realized about Supergirl being invisible. Eradicator shows up. Fight continues on. As he's pounding him until they finally flies him up there and destroys part of the engine. Hold on. Let me see. Does this include the Green Lantern issue? Because I want to go over that. It's not here. What the hell? Hold on.
Yeah, open a different tab for it.
That's what I'm doing. Green Lantern 46. They don't have it here. They have the other 46s. Here we go. Now notice where they ended it before. Same spot.
Oh.
Gerard Jones. Scumbag.
Huh.
You know, he's the guy who got locked up for and put in the jail for having kitty porn.
Oh.
Yep. Flies through. Now, remember, his original plan was never going to lead to him going crazy. That was when Ron Mars came on.
Okay.
Mongol! We can ignore it. Yeah. Look at it. Using the ring to enhance his strength. Remember, he still has the yellow. And of course, Mongol's yellow.
Yeah, this is still when the yellow impurity is in the...
I love this though. I can't hurt him except by pumping my hate into power. When he brings him out the kryptonite, he's like, Superman! Now he grabs Steel's hammer and he's ready to use it. But yeah, he's getting it trounced. Congratulations, you've earned yourself a few more seconds of terror. And now we found the little hammer dropped by Superman's friend. Now look, he makes one armor, it doesn't work, so he makes a bigger one, and then wham! Word. Oh. Now you die! Of course, this catches up to everything that happened at the end of the issue, which we'll skip.
Oh.
Which now leads into the grand finale. There's Eradicator meets up with Superboy. We get a bit with Hal. See now, John barely survived. Everything's happening simultaneously. Cyborg Superman seeing everything going on. Again, just see like, wait for me. I want to have to be in this one. You look beat. If your powers are gone, you should. With all due respect, that argument didn't keep you away. Oh boy. Shoots him down, and now this is where we reveal about his suit being more robotic. See?
Oh,
look at that. That's chilling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. As I was saying, Hank Henshaw service.
Yeah.
Master of technology, master of you. Henshaw, you returned to Earth to do this? Why? You drove me away because you feared I was more. Yeah, this makes it very clear how delusional he is. But yeah, Superboy helps Steel out of it. Oh, look at this. Now, this is where he finds out about him being the Eradicator and everything. And of course, Superman's being a little paranoid. He's like, he's trying to lure me deeper. Probably so you can both attack me at once. Yeah, why should he trust the Eradicator, right?
Yeah, just not. Even when he tried to be him, it's
you saved me. Yeah, he's basically realizing, he's trying to protect the last Kryptonian. But like, how are you here? How am I here now? I have many superhuman abilities, but surviving death wasn't one of them. And this is where they explain how this was a once in a million chance. Another day, another set of circumstances, and his recitation might not have been possible. He even says it won't be possible ever again. So they're covering their base saying one-time deal.
Yeah, it's gonna be they're not going to get able to abuse it again.
Yep. Oh, look at this. Breaks it. He closes the door so no one else could possibly get killed. And Cyborg Superman destroys his gun. Oh, I love this. Remember, Henshaw got his stuff from the birthing matrix. So yeah, he's a product of the birthing matrix. The Eradicator is the Eradicator.
And
one built to kill, the other to bear new life. Breaks his jaw, and then blasts the Eradicator, which causes the energy to flow through him. And this ends up giving Superman a power boost.
Good.
He drains it all. Hal helps him get in there, and then today, here and now, I'm taking it all back. You should be dead. This is it for you, Cyborg. This is your doomsday. And then he explains how, it changed the kryptonite and the energy to restore him. He vibrates him and destroys him. And with a lot of help from Supergirl's telekinetic abilities and the cape and everything, gives him his outfit. And flies off, which then leads to, I'm just going to do a little bit of the stuff that were in the trades.
Okay.
Obviously, this moment. Been a while. I like the hair. There's that. And then there's, you've brought this up before.
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah, I have this issue.
And this is where we get Clark.
Yeah. Yeah. This is an issue I have.
I love this. I love this.
Yeah, this is like a existing photographical evidence that Superman and Clark Kent are two separate people.
Yep. Yet no one ever brings it up again.
They should. People should.
Yeah, we get a nice summary of everything. Guy, so I picked the wrong Superman. Give me a break. Meets up with Lex. We get a little bit of all that, but I love this. That's my woman, Kent, and I want her back. That's so. Let's let Lois decide. Okay, I've decided. And what's this about your woman stuff? Yep, flies out now. In the trade, it ends with the or die trying. Here, nope. So in other words, they did new artwork. Look at that. That's completely different from here.
Yeah.
I like when trades would do that. So that was the Return of Superman. What did you think of the story, and what did you think about the trilogy overall? Is it reader-wide? Is this one of the best Superman stories?
Yeah.
Warts and all?
Yeah, faults and all. Not to mention as a trilogy, it also follows kind of the trilogy of of a new hero's journey.
Exactly.
Departure, initiation, and return to form.
Exactly. Especially in, like I said before, the hold on. The death is the weakest. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's the weakest.
It's where it starts. It's the needed a kickoff to the whole thing, and it's very much it draws people to want to see to the end and see how it goes. And the middle part, the funeral part, that's where people are now in the audience and witness it happening. And and so on. And then there's the hooking up the rain. Which then
now the funeral is the best part. Would you agree with that? The funeral is the best part still.
Yeah, because that's pretty much the supporting cast.
That was the whole reason why the story was made. That was the whole reason, was for that part of the event. The return was just them trying to get everything fixed.
Yeah.
And the fact that the longest part tells you that they had no idea what they were doing initially when they got to this part. So you could definitely tell. It's a great story. But you go to tell they were flying by the seat of their pants.
Yeah, some of the art also looked in the earlier parts, the art looked like I complimented it. It was phenomenal, like they cared. But then we went back to the final battle. By the time we got to
Engine City, by the time we got to the last arc, the artwork was really getting rushed.
Yeah, rushed. Yeah, it was definitely rushed.
So let's talk about you, Superman. Let's start with the boy. Yeah. What did you think about Superboy?
Yeah, Superboy was a young boy who wanted to be seen as a man and pretty much acted like what he would probably assume a man would act like.
And this sets up Connor for a long time.
Yeah, there was the whole Superboy boy series was up to some point. Then he went to Young Justice, and Young Justice then eventually led to Jeff John's Teen Titans.
But Yeah, no, I mean this Connor, Connell, whatever you call him, he's a good character. The reason why he's lasted so long because he became his own independent character. He wasn't Clark when he was a boy. And I think that's why it works. Yeah. Now, Steel, breakout character.
Yeah, definitely a Steel breakout character. Not to mention, he was something on who wanted to pick up to the Man of Steel mantle to honor Superman and not appropriate it for himself. And then it was then turned into his own individual mantle.
Even when Superman was calling him Steel, he just called him Steel.
Yeah. Yeah, they take the man out of it and then leave the Steel there, and then in that way, it's his own identity. It's his own mantle. He's a part of Superman's supporting cast, and then his own superhero.
And he's the only character who had an arc.
Yeah,
or a plot point that needed to be resolved.
Yeah. It's no wonder they actually took.
Sorry.
When the 4th season of Superman and Lois comes out, because John Henry is also in it. It would be. It's gonna be hard to translate into adaptation his actual Steel suit and have that be like it is in the comics, because he still just looks like a Doom guy.
Have you ever seen his outfit in this solo outfit series? It's probably his best one if you ask me.
I have seen other different models of it.
Hold on, let me get it. Hold on. It was definitely the best one because it didn't need the S shield.
Yeah, but I actually say that it's Superman allows Steel to have the S shield on it, and it does still that this is the team he belongs into. But pretty much similar how Kate Kane's Batwoman suit has the bat symbol to show that this is the side she is on.
Exactly. Hold on. There it is. Love that outfit.
Yeah.
It's black and silver.
It's also kind of a meta thing because remember that the whole thing where I had to bring up to you and then to Mark Wade when you had an interview with Mark Wade that Superman is called Teräsmies in Finland.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole thing about that Steel's costume, how the silver part was like it looks like a letter T, as in T for teräs.
That's true. But now, again, he was the breakout character. Well established, gave us a great characterization, and he wasn't just a knockoff. Of course, Shaq almost ruined the character. Less said about that, the better. Then Eradicator. Interesting character.
Yeah, that coming from the whole Kryptonian background that Superman has.
He's the anti-hero.
Anti-hero and pretty much like Superman without the whole human connection. Like if Superman didn't have the humanity of Clark Kent, he would probably be as portrayed by the Eradicator.
Basically, what if Superman during the Eradication storyline tried to still be Superman as opposed to ready to give it all up? And in fact, he was willing to kill and everything. And then Cyborg Superman, the other breakout. Yeah,
but Cyborg Superman, actually, I would like to say that if people want to keep overdoing the evil Superman aspect, then use the Cyborg Superman. That guy is literally an evil Superman.
Exactly. He's a literally
Superman evil.
Either him or Ultraman.
The actual existing evil Superman.
Yeah, Zod, Ultraman, and Cyborg Superman. Sorry. I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah. That's something we can agree on.
But seriously, great character, great villain. Although, unfortunately, this would also make him and Mongol Green Lantern villains. Because of, Coast City. But now, Lois again. Good Lord, Lois. I got to it's probably the most inconsistent she was. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
She was good, but it felt like she was going through a roller coaster. Now, granted, that makes sense. It's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. That actually brings up another kind of thing that I just realized. In the comic book time, how many days, weeks, months, or so on would you say that were between Superman dying and coming back?
I'd say a couple months. I think they implied it was a couple. Wait, but no, I think they said in that in the issue with Supergirl saving him. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me check.
Okay, check. Because when the Snyder Cut came out, I questioned how long. What's the gap between Batman v Superman and the Justice League movie? Because there was the whole aspect of the world still being in mourning, Lois not having.
Oh, okay,
back
a month.
Work.
It's been a month.
Okay.
So it says here, Clark Kent, Dave Bynum reported Clark Kent, who's been missing for over a month.
Yeah, with Clark, with the cover story that Clark would be under
in
the
civil
rubble.
Defense shelters where he was hiding under.
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah, but that would go together with the whole with the BVS and the Justice League movie on how long it has been since. Because I questioned it. I questioned it multiple times when I did the review on that on Snyder Cut when it came out. Not to mention the whole thing about Lois not having gone back to work, that Batman going to look for the other Justice League members right after Clark's funeral. Not to mention if the rewrites had been done before they started shooting BVS, that Lois was implied to be pregnant to Clark.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Still, though,
But yeah, if anyone ever tries to bring that up, I'm just gonna say every amount of evidence with this timeline and timetable says that Lois in the Snyder Cut was pregnant to Clark and only Clark because of the bathtub incident in BVS.
Yeah, because it's only been a month. But again, overall though, this was a good story because again, it gave us 4 great characters. You know what I mean? It established 4 great characters, a great villain. Sadly, the Eradicator is the one who keeps on going the short end of the stick.
Yeah. They pretty much when Rebirth happened, Eradicator was just
a bad guy, and they made him a good guy.
Yeah, they just plugged Eradicator out of the ether in the Rebirth, and
even during JLA's story of Rebirth that Vendetti was doing, he was still a bad guy, and then then he came back and became a good guy during one story. But yeah, again, overall, this whole trilogy was just a great reconstruction of Superman. That it wasn't their intent. Batman was intentional. Batman was done, and Nightfall was done the show. Why Batman shouldn't kill? Why make it clear? People are saying we want a Batman who kills. Like, you want it here? No, we don't want it. We don't want it. I like that. But here, though, it wasn't their intent, but it became that.
Yeah, but with Superman essentially gone, the absence of and the focus on the other supporting characters that he has, like with Lois, and the new Superman character that came out, with Bibbo, with the Newsboy Legion and those other characters. The attention was brought into them. This was to showcase that if you take Superman out of the Superman story and the Superman mythos, who is left? These characters and how they also keep Superman afloat if Superman is not there.
Exactly, and I gotta say, out of all the 4, Steel's the one I would have wanted to keep carrying the mantle, even if he was doing it reluctantly. He was the only one that felt worthy. Yeah.
Not to mention, when it comes to the next reboot, starting with Superman Legacy, and not even if it's Superman Legacy, but all the upcoming Superman shows that they also do, they should also put some focus on not just trying to get Superman's characterization right, and then end up overdoing it. They should also focus on the supporting cast that Superman surrounds himself with. Yeah,
but the fact that they're having Jimmy shows, I think having Jimmy is going to be him doing something that Snyder foolishly just disregarded.
I think has Jared told you that they could have fixed it in a sequel.
I know.
It's a
I
CIA
know.
agent who could have just been using the name.
That's true, but let's be honest. Zach was proud of what he did.
Yeah.
That tells you he just wanted to get rid of Jimmy because he's like, I don't need that clown. Which tells you he doesn't get Jimmy.
Yes, that's something that we can point to him being wrong about and making a mistake.
Yeah, because he thinks Jimmy's just a clown.
Fixed.
Yeah, it's like he thinks.
Yeah.
He thinks Jimmy was a clown. Jimmy's not a clown. He's been clownish.
Yeah. But even then, they could have fixed it if they had the chance.
But I don't think Zach would have.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. They could have, but Zach had no interest. Let's be honest. Zach had zero interest. And I think that's something Jerry needs to acknowledge. He can bring it up all he wants, what could have been. But if Zach had no interest, they were never going to do it.
Yeah. But past winter snow at this point.
Yep. Hey, I got to say, next time you and I should do one more epilogue. And that's where we go over the 30th anniversary specials, plus the Tale of the Dark Mark Labor story.
Yeah. We should do those. And then at some point, we also have the 0 Hour and the other crises.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying as far as this, with this trilogy, I think we should do that as an epilogue, going over the 30th anniversary specials and the Tales from the Dark Multiverse.
Yeah. Basically to comment that how it followed up the original story and tried to get somewhere in it.
Exactly. Now, granted, let's be honest, the deaths, they've gone back to the deaths so many times, it's not even funny.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Jeff Johns had to throw shade at it in Infinite Crisis by Batman saying that the last time you inspired anyone was when you were dead.
Yeah. But I gotta say, that was, again, just overall, still this is one of the stories that got me in the comics for a reason. So, one other little story. Funny enough, I remember getting into an argument with someone because as far as I read, I didn't read anything else besides the trade. So as far as I knew, Cyborg Superman was dead. Friend of mine told me, no, he's back. Nuh-uh. They said he's dead. And later found out, oh, he was right.
Was this a pre-internet era or? Yeah,
pre-internet. Just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, thank you so much, Pika. Thank you, everyone else. And I really hope this helped you out with your, actually, I just realized we didn't bring up about it, with the movie, the adaptation. I gotta say, Superman Doomsday was an interesting one. But Death and Ray, I say this, Death was more faithful. Reign is where it goes off the rails.
Yeah, we have already spoke about that with the whole the dynamic between Cyborg, Superman, and Mongol replaced with Darkseid is completely flipped. Metropolis is the first target, no Coast City, and Justice League is present.
And Superboy is pretty much more like what Supergirl is to Lex.
Because Supergirl is not present. Yeah, because they had not established Supergirl in the cameo.
Exactly. And so it was, but the death is faithful. The death was very well handled. But I thought Superman Doomsday was the more spiritual one that tried to get everything they could right.
Yeah.
Fucking
seeing how it was the first animated original movie universe film, they probably just do the thing and do what we can do with the runtime we have.
Exactly. But then I gotta say, I realized the Death Return is closer to Crisis, the Crisis on Infinite Earths movie. As far as how Brock stroking it when it got to the return.
Yeah. You know how annoying it is also that the trailer for the second part came right after I got the video out.
It did? I did not see that. Hold on. I gotta see this. Give me more. I just want to see it very quickly and have my reaction be out here. Hold on.
Okay. I
had no idea. Wait, you talking about the first look, or is it an actual trailer?
No, some kind of trailer that is a minute or so long. It doesn't even have a release date on it.
Whoa, Batman Beyond?
Yeah. Not to be, and shadow creatures. When I said in the Christ video, no shadow creatures. No, they're in the second part.
Now, if you notice, I will give them props. They're doing different styles.
Mm.
You know, animation styles for each version.
Yeah.
Wait, so they try to tell us that Supergirl was raised by the Monitor?
Before the second part comes out, I should probably also do a movie review on the Legion of Superheroes and the other Tomorrowverse films to catch up to those things.
Okay, this again, it's already showing way more changes.
Mm.
Do you think they're gonna have Will back as Terry?
No, why not? If he still has the...
I hope so.
Yeah. It's a blink and you miss, but does he still look like a 17-year-old or like the 30-something-year-old in the epilogue episode of the Justice League Unlimited?
I think more of that. But wait, how's the Owlman still alive? You see Owlman behind him.
He flew out in the...
Oh, so he did escape.
He went into his owl machine, owl plane, flew at the shot at it with something, and
so I guess it shows that he survived.
Yeah, could be that the Anti-Monitor did to him is the same thing that eventually did to Psycho Pirate and Red Tornado and to the Flash.
Right, but I guess this could also be just Bruce in the suit, old man Bruce in the suit, for all we know.
Probably.
Okay, but that was interesting. But again, I'm already hating it more and more because it's so different. Especially the stuff with Supergirl. It makes no sense.
They are pretty much just erasing Lila and making Kara the
This is the problem. This is why it should not have tied into the Tomorrowverse. It should have been its own thing. Okay.
Pretty much like how Doom that came to Gotham was its own thing, and what else was their own thing?
Gotham by Gaslight was its own thing.
Kind of, but it's also pretty much Jim Creek.
Oh yeah. But okay. Now we can wrap up. Thank you again for Pika, and thank you everyone else. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
And may your heart be your guiding key.